Hi everyone, welcome to another video, and in this one I'm going to be taking a look at a certain brand called Axia. So, Axia, for those in the western countries such as the United States or anywhere in Europe, you've probably never heard of Axia. But over here in Asia, near Japan, it's a very known brand of cassettes, specifically. Now, I will explain later why you probably don't know Axia over in the West, because you know it by a different brand name. So, I'm going to be taking a look at two cassettes in this video. They're both from the year 2000. So I have a Type 1, the Axia A1 120, and then a Type 2, which is the Axia PS2 74 for car audio. So I'm guessing it has probably a more rigid shell, which could take more impacts because, rough use in the car. And it should be high quality because it should be. It's a Type 2. And it's by a very well-known brand. So first, let's take a look at the Axia A1. Okay, let's zoom in here. Yeah, Axia A1 120 minutes. All-purpose cassette for a variety of recording needs. And a bunch of Japanese there. And then, yeah, Axia. Trendy, quality, creative. Okay, let's flip it over here. And it's just a bunch of Japanese again. Basically, it's just talking about, oh, this is how you know how much time has passed in the cassette. This is where you write the label. This is where the tape goes, where the heads go, I mean, and the capstan and pinch roller. Then here you can write, and you can punch out the recording tabs, etc. But yeah, this is their whole range. They sell 10, 20, 30, 46, 60, 90, 120, and 150 at the time. So, I had no idea that they actually sold 46-minute cassettes, even in the tail end of the cassette era, because at the time, LPs were really going down in popularity. So yeah, I'm not sure why they have an LP length here with 46, but anyway, it's pretty good. So I guess we should open this now. So let's do that. So hold on. Here there's some more Japanese. You can read that if you want. There you go, Axia. Yeah, A1 SB 120. Same thing on the other side. It's really a thing with these modern cassettes, like, making the sides clear. I'm not sure why they do that. But anyway, that wrapper came off pretty easily, and yeah, you can see here now that this actually uses the ultra slim case, or super slim case, however they call it, but it's the one where the cassette is upside down on the shell, on the case rather, so that this indentation here in the cassette would be the same as the indentation on the J card, so they would be, uniform and therefore thinner. So let's open this up. Yeah, there you go. Axia A1, very simple design on the shell, very clear. Let me see, what does it say? All-purpose cassette for a variety of recording needs. They always tend to say that for some reason. And it's 120 minutes. Type 1. 60, 40, 20, 10. Those little bits there. Letter A. You know where I recognize this this cassette? These hubs. These are not Axia hubs. They aren't. You know what they remind me of? They remind me of Saihan. I'm pretty sure. Or SKC. I think Saihan. The Korean OEM cassette manufacturer. They OEM a lot of cassettes for a lot of people near the end of the cassette's life. So yeah, I'm guessing Saihan or SKC made this for Axia, because the letter A here as well, the letter A and the letter B, they do not fit the Axia A and B. 1 second, let me grab one of my other Axia cassettes. Okay. Here, I have it with me. Okay. Look at this. This is an Axia PS2 S60, just a few years before the A1. And if you look at the A, it is very different. And the hubs are very different. They are squares instead of circles on the little holes. And they're not actually holes, they're just indented, I suppose. They're going into the thing, but there's still a thing in the middle, you know. And then the B as well, it is very different from this. So I'm guessing they OEM'd both of the, this cassette. They definitely did. Now if we take a look at the stickers, very plain stickers except for those Japanese characters at the bottom. A bunch of them with shapes of different colors. If we take a look at the J card, again very simple. The top, it's just A1, and then there's a gold little thing there with Axia. I like that. Then Japanese, which translates to all-purpose cassette for a variety of recording needs. And then you can write here on the little thing, and at the back there's that for A and B. Okay, so that's it for the A1. Now, let's look at the Axia PS2 from 2000 as well. This is a 74-minute cassette, meaning it was made for CD recording, because 74 minutes is how long a single CD is. And per side, that would be how long? 37, yeah, 37 minutes per side, which is about as long as Elvis Presley's In Person live album from 1969. So, you know, pretty good length for that. I already opened another one of these, and I recorded that album on there. So, anyway, for car audio, high position PS2 with some Japanese. Here it says 100 yen, it's the original price tag. Axia PS2, 74. Another clear side there, PS2L 74. You can see it is blue on the inside. Nice blue case there. Axia PS2 74 and Axia PS2L 74. Now at the back. Let's take a look at this. This is a picture of the cassette. Yeah, Axia PS2 A, PS2 74, then a bunch of Japanese again. And now I'm going to explain why Axia isn't well known in the West. So I actually covered this on the previous wrapper. But if you take a look at this, look. Fuji Photo Film Company Limited. And if you look at the other one, Fuji Photo Film Company Limited. So why did Fuji make a different brand just for cassettes? I don't know. But what I do know is that Fuji made Fuji cassettes for every single country worldwide until 1985. In 1985, they created Axia, which is a different name, of course. I'm guessing it's so that people won't think that it's by Fuji. It's kind of like how a bunch of brands like Nestle own a bunch of other brands, and people don't know that they're actually by Nestle. And so, you know, but anyway, That's Axia. It's owned by Fuji, and that's why this Axia A1 looks strikingly similar to the Fuji DR1. Anyway, let's open up this Axia PS2. This one also looks very similar to a certain Fuji cassette. Yeah, you know, I like how easily they come off of the plastic, because they're relatively new. They're only 21 years old. I mean, they can drink now if they want to. Anyway, there it is. You will notice that the case is very similar to a certain cassette. What is that cassette? The Fuji Z2. But instead of being blue, it's actually black. However, the cassette itself is not the same as the Z2. But yeah, the cases are very much the same. Essentially the same, except this time it's blue and not black. And a certain member of Cassette Central absolutely loves the Z2. So, yeah, hello Star. Anyway, yeah, this is the cassette. It's, there's a nice car at the back with the label, translucent kind of thing. Not really translucent, it's, very faded, I mean. Then here, Axia. I'm not sure why it says 88, but I think it's meant to imitate like the speedometer or other types of measurement stuff on cars. So yeah, let's take a look now at the cassette. Yeah, PS2 for car audio. Now, I can say confidently that this is indeed by Axia. Why? Well, if I grab this other cassette, this was from the 90s. It's the Axia PS2 54 from the Player's Spirits era, so that's about 1995. And it has these hubs. And if you look on here, it has the same hubs but smaller. So if you look at this PS2 54 from the Player's Spirits lineup from about 1995, it has these hubs with 3 little holes with lines. It also has Axia's signature double coating logo. So this is surely by Axia. But I mean, and if you look at this, it's the same hubs, just smaller, because they have too much tape, so they can't make it, you know, big. So yeah, it is Axia tape, this one, but for their Type 1, they OEM'd it. So yeah. So if we take a look now at the stickers, yeah, very plain at the top. Noise reduction on or off. It says here original. I don't know why they have that. See, 2000, 2001, 2002. They were definitely not expecting somebody to be reviewing this cassette in 2021. But yeah, Japanese characters, volume, no idea why that's there. And then another one of those metric things, 88. And then the other side of the J card, it's very plain. There's some nice little streaks though on the A and B. I like that. And it's kind of weird because it's actually not a J card, it's an L card, because this part at the top, there's nothing on it, because you're supposed to look at the... It's designed for you to look at the label of the cassette right from the case. So because you could either put the label down here or up here, so they made sure that it is vacant for, you know, any labels that you want to put. And if you remember one of my previous videos, you would know that there is another cassette I reviewed which also uses this kind of case, this super slim case, which is the That's OW1. And you know what? Since I'm going to be recording on one anyway, and I already used the other one, I might as well open this one on camera. So yeah, I'll just do that. This That's is sometime from the 90s. No idea when exactly, but it was made in the 90s. Not in 2000 when the Axias were made. But yeah, it's really tough to take apart this one. There you go. That made a mess, but yeah. Very similar case. And if you look at the little thing that goes into the hubs, it is the same. That little lightning. So I'm guessing that the person, or rather the company that creates these super slim cases is the same for both cassettes. On the other hand, in the PS2, it's actually different. You can see there it's more of an H rather than a lightning symbol. So yeah, these were both OEM'd, the That's and the Axia. I have no idea if the That's tape has That's tape, but I know the shell is a general, like, I don't know what to call it, but it was made by General Magnetics, I'm pretty sure, and it's not an original That's shell, unlike the other ones like the Delta shell or the Suono shell. Yeah, those were by That's, but this one isn't. The shell was by someone else. The tape might be by That's. For the Axia, the tape is definitely not Axia because the hubs are different. So, yeah. Anyway, that should be it now for these two Axias. So, yeah. I'll see you now in the recording part. Okay, so here we have once again the wonderful, the beautiful, the absolute beast, the Victor KD-A66, and now we're going to be testing the Axia A1 120-minute cassette. And you may have noticed that the audio right now is a bit different compared to the audio of the previous clip. And that's because I'm filming this bit after I got my Tascam DR05X audio recorder, PCM recorder. So this is through the built-in microphones of that recorder, and you can find the video on that up here in the corner. Anyway, we are going to be recording a song from the YouTube audio library. This is by Jeremy Black, and this song is called West Bad. So, let's begin. I've already set it to peak at around +3. So, yeah, let's go. Well, to be honest, that's kind of what I was expecting from this cassette. It was pretty low on level. Anyway, let me just really quickly switch to my Tascam DR05X for the microphone. Yeah, okay, here's the Tascam again. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it was really disappointing, but that's just to be expected from a 120. Yeah, this is it was only peaking at around -3 when I made it +3 in the source. So that kind of sucked, and I guess yeah, that's just to be expected with these 120s. The level is really down. But yeah, that's the way it is. Anyway, let's move on to our next cassette, which is the Axia PS2. This is the fur car cassette. Yeah, the car cassette. Very interesting little thing. Very blue, and similar to the Sony X-Tune 2, it turns the light of my cassette deck into green, at least when I look at it. I can see it here in the camera, it's still orange, but when I see it like with my eyes, it filters it into green. But anyway, yeah. Our next track is another one by Jeremy Black. It's called Watch Your Back. And once again, yeah, it's going to peak at +3. So let's do the test. Well, that was pretty good, I'd say. And that's the PS2, the Axia PS2. Now I'm gonna really quickly switch once again to my Tascam. Switch the mic. Yeah. Okay, I'm back at the Tascam, and yeah, the PS2 sounded pretty good actually. Um, to be honest, I'm quite surprised. It's a cassette from the early 2000s. You have to keep that in mind. So, for those who say that 2000s cassettes were really bad or they cut a lot of costs, they definitely did not with this one. Yeah, it sounded pretty good. And the shell is definitely built for cars because it's pretty rigid. And it's a Type 2. So, yeah. Anyway, that's about it for the testing portion. So let's get into the outro. I'll see you there. So, what do I think about these cassettes? Well, I think they're pretty okay. The A1 is definitely, I'd say, below average in terms of quality, but you know it's a 120, so cut it some slack, pun intended. And the PS2, pretty good, especially for a 74-minute car cassette. And yeah, it's a Type 2, and the A1, of course, just a Type 1, and it's a 120. So yeah, I guess that should be given, some slack. Yeah, they were pretty okay, and I quite like their very unique cases. I like to call them the inverted cases, but they're usually called the super slim cases or something like that. But whatever they're supposed to be called, they have pretty nice and pretty unique cases, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be giving some of these as mixtapes to some people, and hopefully they like them, and hopefully you liked the video. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. You can take a look at my other cassette reviews up here, and yeah, see you in the next video. Goodbye.